come up with something that you're able to protect the jungle, but an Alpha, fortunately, is not that hero to do it. So I am worried about the same thing that might happen again. Very early jungle invasion, and they would just take over it. Homeboys might not be able to get it back, but Bharat's, maybe this is the answer.
I don't know. I think this really boils down to who can fight for mid control, and at this point, it's a lot easier for Geek Fam to do so rather than the Homeboys. And I think this is starting to look like a bit of a repeat for unless we do see the Arlet make like a super play. That's like the one condition that I'm looking for the Homeboys. If Mal can make a super play, then sure, maybe Homeboys has an opportunity to get into that later stage. But sum it up for us, boys. How are these compositions going to be played out as we head into the land of Dawn?
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. This is like deja vu. A lot of similar repeat picks coming off from both sides. The only big difference is that instead of the Tigro, which was so vital, so pivotal in the first game of setting up and letting the rest of Geek Fam just trying to engage, that's the Edith, a known single target pick-off hero. So this is where Baloyski really comes into play, how he wants to play around that macro game. Who does he want to pick off first? Because there's a lot of things that could be riding on this Edith alone.
And that is why Geek Fam is also prepared for the Tigro ban. They have the Terizla, who can also come in with the penalty zone as well. But let's see if all those theories will work.
We're jumping into the land of Dawn. We're just starting it up. By all metrics though, and all laws of physics, Alpha should be much faster in the rotations. It's just the first Lethal Wanderer puts Vincent a little bit up ahead, and that is where he wants to be.
But so far, we did talk about as well the jungle invasion early on by Geek Fam. It was very strong. And they seem to have a similar idea. Look at this. They want to go in, but at least Homeboys right now, they try to block it off with Mao. Might be first blood, and there you go. Vincent again.
Very, very unfortunate. Just baited out by the big baby. Big baby Beloy. Just waiting. He knows the limits of this hero, and he plays it so well. Take a look at the emblems. You know, it really stands out to me that, like, they just went 3 tenacities. They want to secure the early game. I don't think I remember that in the previous game where all of them were trying to go for a lot more damage, or maybe, if my memory serves me right, mystery shot. But this time, it's like, let's win our lanes. Let's just hunker down. That's where tenacity comes into play.
But so far, okay, I mean, it's only like a minute and a half, right?
Yeah.
So we have not seen anything significant yet. Homeboys probably tried something different to try to gather information just to see whether they can poke into the jungle of Geek Fam, but unfortunately one went out. And we might see a second one here. Mal seems to be in trouble. Our boy will happily take that kill away. Baloyski, he is tanking up, but look who's on the back line. It's going to be none other than Vincent to secure his second kill. But actually, it was Baloyski who got it.
Yeah, Baloyski sees the opportunity. He flickers in, gets that onward down on Mao. Mao not having a good game in the early start is the first turtle. No retribution for Vincent, so he's going to wait for a lot of resets, try to farm up as much as he can before going into that turtle. So very, very nice macro rotations coming in from Geek Fam.
To a certain extent, I thought that kill would have been better given to Vincent. I mean, you want him to scale as fast as possible.
Yeah, but sometimes you can't control certain things.
I know, you just want to kill, right?
Yeah, but maybe, you know, having Edith, you have a lot of potential to do damage in that late game. Just take a lot of damage, counteract with the Primal Rat. That is one of the other plays as well. And we talked about jungle protection from the side of Homeboys, and now they're really hunkering down. It's 4v2.
Okay, keep your eye on the rotation right now. Vincent is on his way, but Turtle will be taken by Ema. Gentry, however, will be in trouble. He will definitely go down, and looks like for the side of Homeboys. Yep, took him a while, but they got it at the end. Oh, Ma will be the next one for sure. 2 kills. If they can get a third one, the Turtle will not be worth it. But 2 kills, it's by the edge.
Yeah, Buddy Edge. Very, very good trade from Geek Fam, though. Again, securing that... No, they didn't secure the turtle. They gave away the turtle because they know they want to go for kills. Take the member down, but hold on a second.
Oh, hang on. Ooh, okay. At some point, I thought he managed to get away with the battle mirror image, but it wasn't far enough.
He's already popped that Purify as well, so a little bit unfortunate play coming in from Kadera.
Oh, Cops takes a decent amount of damage. Mao on the chase, but they will not be committing right now because they know they are slightly behind in terms of goal.
There's a little bit of a different execution coming in from Homeboys. Much more rotations down the mid side. They're rotating together as well because they want to take down... Oh, hold on a second.
Wow, Baloyski took a lot of damage there, and even the Dawning Light onto him. Now he knows that he cannot absorb anymore. He's out.
Yeah, very, very ballsy play. We've got 3 men down the bottom side. Kadera tries to go, and he knows that 3 members are right there. You don't want to take this fight. Geek Fam needs to be able to ride that momentum once again.
Yeah, they need to be able to like bring the fight onto them. And they're going to bring the fight onto Kadira right now. Just underneath his turret. Ooh, wow. Quick moves there by Kadira. And his other teammates are here. They try to find an opportunity to counter back, but they're going to save it for now because the objective is going to be up in about 21 seconds.
It's a good protect comp coming in from Geek Fam. They know that Kadera is under threat, so they rotate over in case any further team fight breaks out. They're able to counteract that situation. But Homebois just backing off. This discipline that we're talking about, the change that they need is right there. In this game, a little bit more slow pace. They don't want to take any fights that they know they can't win. Homebois just needs to play towards the late game, maybe even a 12 to 13 minute mark might be optimal for them. There's a second turtle already spawned up. Looks like both teams want to fight a 5v5.
Yeah, interesting enough that Geek Fam is not turning out the pace, but looks like they will turn out the pace on the MALAYSIA. Ema will get the first kill in front of the turtle. Vincent right up with the potato help, but he goes on to Reggie on the back line, and he will get his own killing spree, and at the same time the turtle will be his. Gobs will need to be saved. The rest of them is here, but Vincent as well as Gobs pretty low. They got the turtle, objective secured. They're gonna let this go for now.
Gobs is a tanky, beefy boy. The Homebois, though, they made a very, very good starting play, just singling out Beloyski, so no setups coming from Geek Fam, but the split team fights that was happening, Homebois was unable to counteract. Conceal play already used up, missing the Earth Shatter, so Mal gets out safe. Looks like Geek Fam trying to go more on the offensive. They need to be able to push that aggression a little bit. Economy has been equalized as of now, 5 minutes on the clock.
By keeping an eye onto each other right now, a lot of respect, I must say, from these two teams. They're not as aggressive as we saw earlier on, especially Geek Fam
hold
and
that thought,
Homebois. But hold
side.
that thought, because Mal, speaking about aggressive, man.
Yeah.
Again, Vincent still.
Beloyski is one of those guys that, like, if he sees an opportunity, he goes for it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So whenever you're around the vicinity of Beloyski, best be sure he's going to be able to chain stun you into infinity and beyond, and someone from Geek Fam is going to bring the kampong over to take you down.
Oh, speaking about taking down, the bottom turret is down, so that means that they have better access into the jungle on the side of Homebois, and that's exactly what they tried to do earlier on. But keep an eye on the mid lane though. If they take down this mid turret, that's it, full on access.
Yeah. That's not where Homebois... I mean, Homebois could very well play into their base, but hold on a second, Spirit Alpha.
Oh, Beloyski caught out alone, and he will be the next one to fall. Mal will survive this one. A little bit of an opposition there.
Yeah, it's a good play coming in from Homebois. They see an opportunity, but they wasted a lot of resources trying to bring Beloyski down.
Oh, penalty zone! Straight onto the back line. They managed to get one. Udir will be the first one to fall. Ema will be the next one. But Nuts gets Kadira in the process. A little bit of a trade between the two, but look who's there. It's going to be none other than Vincent again, showing himself at the right timing onto the back line to get a couple more kills.
The bobs, the weaves, and gets out of there. Just trapped between two turrets, no problem. Vincent just really showing us why he's really fitting into Geek Fam well. And Beloyski just pulling all of those resources over him. It was so looking very, very good for Geek Fam. In team fights, Beloyski being the main target, you're leaving a boy open, you're leaving Gobs open, you don't know where the rest are, and you want to take one down. Oh, Munch.
Oh, Munch, and Vincent is here. Vincent looking for his next target, but Beloyski again went down. And Beloyski, he's always the sacrificial lamb.
Yeah. I mean, that's how they kind of want to play it. He might have like 10 deaths in this game, but it doesn't really matter if Geek Fam is able to convert all of these deaths to at least one kill. Geek Fam's still on the board as of now, 9 to 6, this 8-minute mark. So the next major objective will be that Lord. Geek Fam will be able to, it needs to be able to try to take down that T1 to open up a lot of that map, try to ride that momentum once again. Geek Fam really thrive on this rhythm of getting that aggression, getting that momentum up. Nets just free farming down the bottom side, T1 down.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Nets. A lot of space for him. But speaking about space, not much space for Yetri. He has to flicker away back to safety. But look at this. Vincent is still here with a monster kill. Ema will go down and start to get him with the turret. Nets will be the next one. The moment he showed himself. He could not withstand the amount of damage from Geek Fam. Moonton could be the next one to fall. Baloyski on the chase as well, but Mal is there to protect him. And
backside.
looks like a nice backside. Vincent showed up again onto the back, and it is a total wipeout to Homebois.
Oh man, oh boy, Homebois. This is really starting to push over to Geek Fam's favor, taking down a bulk of these team fights, taking down the turrets down that top side. Mid-side's definitely gonna fall once they get this objective down, but they're desperately trying to protect this. It's very, very crucial for Homebois. 30 seconds until Lord spawns up, but man, if Ness was able to continue pushing down that bottom side, they would crack open a really long lane away from that Lord, pushing Geek Fam away. What Homebois needs to attempt to do is try to split up these team fights and try to push them away, but final slash over Baloyski, able to walk out of there.
Yeah, we can see that it's starting to be hard for them to commit onto Baloyski. He seems to have scaled to a certain point that he can take damage now. So he's okay to be the target man. He's okay to just absorb all those skills from Homebois just to allow Geek Fam to counter onto them.
Yeah, it's a very precarious situation for Homebois. You don't want to extend too much. Your T1 mid-side in shambles. Does look like Baloyski trying to zone out away from that Lord, trying to push that wave advantage. Now Geek Fam has that priority down that long side, trying to lure Homebois out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, it's a matter of who will make the first move right now, but now with this current Lord here, it's 50% of health left. It's still going to be anyone's Lord. Retribution, everyone's ready. Both sides still dancing though. But the dance might stop right now. We're going to start off into Dakota as well. Come for Yetri, and Yetri we're going to kill onto our boy. That's the target that he wants, but Yetri traded back. And look at the backline. Yet it's pretty low at this moment. Emal comes in with a double kill. Next one to Baloyski. Gobs, just too far away. Kadira, there's nothing much you can do about that.
This is their comeback story. Oh, it's one limit. Oh,
no! Kadira called out. Blazing Duet will not save him. And it is a counter wipeout onto Geek Fam.
Homebois, this is your first Lord of the entire series. The first lead of the entire series. They're coming back strong. It's starting to seep into that late game. This is not where Geek Fam wants to be. Baloyski throwing his body, trying to force out the issue is not enough. Vincent needs to be able to be a little bit more patient. There was a misstep from Vincent, jumping straight into the face of Amal and just getting decimated or getting a lot of chip damage onto him. Just unable to survive that one.
Yeah, and for Homebois, they got the right target. They got our boy first.
Yeah.
A little bit of a trade there between our boy and also Yetri, but that's okay. At least they got the spammer. So that's absolutely fine. And now with this advantage, it's time for Homebois to push.
Yeah, Mao actually doing the Lord's work. He's got a lot of damage down. He's got a lot of crowd control. That one final slash, one crucial final slash changes that game.
Oh, okay. Gobs taking a bit of damage there. Baloyski's still able to tank it out, so he's still A-okay. Now time for him to reset. The Lord will be taken down just before he's able to even touch the turret.
This 4K gold lead over the side of Homebois. Crack down all the T2s. Meanwhile, Homebois T2 still standing up on the mid and bottom side. Geek Fam, they had the control of the early game, but now it's late game territory that we're talking about, boys.
Man, it could go either way at this point. You gotta think about it. When it comes to gold, well, there's still some space for them to build items. Yetri taking a decent amount of damage. Okay, Kadir's going to come in. Baloyski as well. Looks like they're going to go in for the chase. And Yetri last in. Vincent, as usual, goes straight onto the backline. But speaking about the backline, there's another backline on the other side as well. Mal is now in trouble. He will be chased down. And both sides split out by Geek Fam. But they also have a decent trade with each other, with Homebois having a man advantage now.
Yeah, target prioritization is everything. Knowing that, okay, let's just take the Terizla down. We can just leave the Zosk and the Claude wide open because it's just gonna be babysitting each other. They have the biggest damage of Geek Fam as long as we don't face up to them. This is where Mao comes into play. Just splitting that fight, pushing the main damage dealers of Geek Fam away. That might be the win condition of Homebois. But now this is a very, very sticky situation with Lord popping up in 45 seconds. Taking a look at the itemizations, Zask only needs the glowing wand to deal a lot of damage. You've already got that magic penetration as well as a little bit of defense or shield from the feathers. So that's going to be a very, very difficult Zask to take down. Yeah, Rogers already got the Thunderbelt as well. I think that was the second item, second item after the War Axe. So it's gonna be a lot more defense. Top side though.
Oh, your eye on top. It's 3v1. Baloyski nowhere to go. 8 deaths now for Baloyski. I kind of feel that some of the deaths could be avoided.
Yeah, but this is how Baloyski likes to play. He wants to be able to open up, give vision, give intel to the rest of the team before making a very, very strong decision on all these neutral objectives. The rest of the team, though, doing very, very well. The main kills onto Baloyski, so they're still in the fight. The 6k gold advantage, that's like a couple of core items and a half.
And with that kind of goal advantage, it's going to be hard for Geek Fam to try and challenge for the Lord. I mean, look at the zoning. Gops tries to go in, but how far can he go? Instead, we see Yetri here going all the way to Black Man with the Dakota's welcome, but instead he was the one who went down. Nets comes in straight onto the back as well. Gops has nowhere to go. Double kill, Maniac for Nets. Can he get his Savage? And Baloyski, okay, they're not going to go in for it. Okay,
no,
disciplined gameplay by Homebois.
Very, very disciplined, but man, first series of the day in Stream A. You're in the best stream, by the way. Hold on.
More, and that thought is going to get even better now with Baloyski 4v1. This is it. This is going to be another wipeout. 3 wipeouts in this round, ladies and gentlemen. And Homebois takes home a point.
The Homebois just showing us who's boss. Don't count them out just yet. They're a new team, but with an experience of maybe 10 years. Man, they played a heck of a game this time around. They know their win conditions. They know how Baloyski likes to move around. It's 1-1. I know Gideon is wrong right now. He was like 2-1, 2-0.
He's 2-0.
It was 2-0, yeah. Homebois 0, but man, okay, we're still in the fray. We're still in the fray.
We're in it. Yep.
We're in it. We're in it. Gideon, we're gonna bring Gideon back and let's hear his thoughts on how this game went.
Hey, honestly, I thought this game, it was looking a bit like an overheat from Geek Fam specifically. Like, man, or the raw damage to actually pull through some of these like free picks that Geek Fam got mid to late stages of the game. But let's have a quick look at the item list here from both sides. Anything that stands out to you, boys?
It was the Thunderbelt coming in from Mao. He knows that Thunderbelt is going to get him a lot more tanking late game, and their draft is just shouting late game to them. So they just want to build up that defense, get Mao to get in position, get a nice final slash. He found a couple of nice final slashes in the mid to late game session, which caused the turnaround for Homebois. I think that was so crucial. If he didn't get that Thunderbelt, I think he would have been just shut down or just melted down immediately once he gets in.
Yeah, for me personally, it is Baloyski's KDA 1911, and he only got a Dominance Eyes and also a Radiant Armor, but yet he plays in the position as if like, okay, I'm ready to take as much damage as possible. But in reality is that, yeah, I think some of them cool. Yes, it's a good sacrifice, but there are certain deaths that could be avoided. And I think there's a little bit of an overconfidence play by him to put himself in a position like that, knowing that in reality he's not able to absorb that much damage.
I agree. I think that, you know, taking a front to back against a late game Homebois can be very detrimental to the team because there's just too many things that you need to worry about. And let's not forget the Xavier pick here coming in from Udil. Every single time he opens those floodgates, holy cow, it covers like a good chunk of the lane. So it's real difficult to play front to back when you're looking for these flanks. I do think that Vincent could optimize a little bit better though. Instead of going for like Thunderbelt this time around, considering his lead and his 78% kill participation, he might as well just take in the Sky Piercer so then he's a legitimate threat. Every single time he shows up on the map, everybody from the side of Homebois has to turn their heads around rather than let's peel back a little bit, wait for that right moment, and then you go for the Daytona's welcome or Nets, just knock him away.
Yeah, like the old adage goes, you can't make some omelet without cracking some eggs.
Exactly.
He should take that chance. He should take that risk. And I was saying that since game one. Vincent has been so instrumental in the early game. Taking a look at the damage that all of these guys have dealt, it was the majority of them going to a boy, going to Vincent, especially in the early game where you have a lot of these like nice little baits coming in from big baby Beloy just crying away, but the rest of the parents of the Geek Firm, they're coming in and just wiping everyone out. So riding on that momentum is very crucial for Vincent, and Sky Piercer would have been a very nice item for him.
Yeah, and let's look at the golden EXP graft here because again, honestly, compared to game number one, hugely in favor of Geek Fam, but now it's a little bit of a different story, right? Going a little more back and forth between the two, at least within the first 8 minutes of the game.
Yeah, even when we look at like the clash points, right, it's pretty colorful there. there's some blue, there's some red. So it just tells us the story that it just goes back and forth between the two teams. And if we look at what happened inside the game as well, there were a lot of respect by both teams. Not as aggressive as what we saw in the first game, not as much jungle attempt at least of a jungle invasion. Instead, they try to kind of hold down the river instead. And the same goes for both sides. So they're like, okay, knocking on each other's door, but not really opening door to come in.
All right.
The graph actually shows a lot of Wall Street crash market. And it's like a lot of greed coming into play. It's like, okay, I've got the early lead, I want to go for more. And then Boloyski went a little bit too strong, too heavy for that one.